Hello everyone and welcome to another Forge tutorial. Today I am bringing you functional artillery and it's been created by Shockbolt21. Here I am just testing the artillery guns in Forge mode and yes, they do work. And yeah, pretty much I'm just going to be bringing you a quick tutorial on how to do this, so let's get started. I'm going to be first focusing on my little gun setup. Now I don't want you guys thinking this is how things must be done, because this is just a very quick demo map I whipped up just to show out the concept. Of course you can make your guns look way better than this. Anyway, for the projectiles you want to use explosive golf balls. It's up to you on how long you want the respawn time to be, just how frequently you want them to be fired. I just have mine set to 1 for the purposes of the tutorial. Next, these explosive volumes, you'll want to put them inside of this little cannon I've got going on here. And the idea is that these explosive volumes are the ones that will launch the projectile, the golf ball, and the strength of the launch depends on how many explosive volumes you have stacked together. Right now I think I have 7 stacked together, and you'll want to make sure they're in the exact same coordinate. So yeah, I do think I have 7 here. Next thing you'll want to do is encase your explosive volume and your projectile. For the explosive volume, just focus on these blue arrow icons. You'll want to make sure that there's no air passing by. It's completely sealed, so that all of its force is going to be focused on the projectile, or in this case the golf ball. As for the golf ball, you want to create a little lip for it so that it can stand, or not really stand, just to hold it up pretty much. And you'll want to leave a hole for it, so that it will be affected by the explosion from the volume. Now the reason why I have this 3x1 flat here doubled up is to kind of lessen the space around the projectile. You'll want to make sure that it can still move around, just so it can leave the cannon, but you don't want to give it too much space. The next thing you'll want to do is to set your explosion volumes to a certain broadcast channel. I have mine set to 1, and you'll want to set your very first explosion volume to the broadcast channel before you duplicate it, just so you won't have to go to the trouble of setting the broadcast channel for each explosion volume individually. Next, I have the console switch and the switch toggle. I have both of them set to broadcast channel 1, just so when you activate them, it'll activate the explosion volumes and send the golf balls flying. The next thing you'll need will be a trade zone that is covering the area of the switch, and you'll want to set its spawn channel, or not spawn channel, its traits channel to alpha. Now some of you may be wondering why this trade zone is here, and I will be explaining that later on. But first, you'll want to once again make sure it's covering the entire switch where the player will be standing when he's activating. And next you'll want to create another trait zone, and this time it'll be in a different traits channel. This one I have set to Bravo. And now you're going to want to change your traits settings. To those of you who don't know, to go to your trait zone settings, all you need to do is press B, and it's at the very bottom. Go to trait zone properties, go to trait zone channel alpha, and change the damage modifier to 0%. Next, go to Bravo and change the damage modifier to 500%. And this bit you can actually set it to whatever percent you want. I just have mine set to 500 because that is the strongest. So this damage modifier is pretty much what's going to determine how strong your artillery guns will be. So that's pretty much the setup for the side of those who are firing the artillery guns. Now to those who will be getting hit by it, I pretty much just have these vehicles over here that will be destroyed just for the sake of the demonstration. This is a very quick demo map I whipped up, so excuse the lack of aesthetics, but it'll be up to you on what you want to be there. Maybe the enemy team will be spawning there and they'll have to dodge the artillery shots. Up to you, get creative. I'm just here to bring the concept. Anyway, I'm just gonna give a quick explanation regarding the trade zones. Now, trade zone channel alpha, this is the one that has 0% damage modifier, so when I'm in this area I'll be doing 0 damage. And when I move to this little observation deck over here, this is the one that has 500%, and my artillery guns are only going to cause damage if I'm standing in this area over here. Anyway, the reasoning behind this is that when you activate the artillery guns and your damage is not set to 0%, the golf balls will explode inside of their tubes. So the reason why it's at 0% is so that when you activate this, the explosion will push the golf balls out instead of making them explode into their tubes, just like that. So pretty much to make the projectiles fly, you'll need to be doing 0% damage. And as you can see, since I'm not standing in the observation deck with the 500% damage modifier, so one of the golf balls didn't explode and one of them didn't. I don't think it even destroyed the vehicles. So yeah, that's why you will need this other trade zone to be the deciding factor on the strength of your artillery guns. However, this is only in Forge. I do believe that if your actual game type settings and custom games have your damage modifier set to, let's say, 300% or maybe even 500%, you will not need the second trade zone. You'll only need this first one that gives you 0% damage modifier. So you can actually stand anywhere and your golf balls will still do a lot of damage, and you won't need a second trade zone or even an observation platform. So yeah, that's just some food for thought. I hope all of this made any sense. If you guys have any questions regarding this concept, feel free to put it in the comments below and I'll do my best in answering it. Anyway, that is pretty much it for me. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.